Hi everybody, I'm Todd and I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm taking a look at the Sennheiser HD599 SE headphones. These are a pretty popular model, but their price varies greatly depending on when you purchase them. So they could be a good deal for you, but let's check them out. Now the HD599 Special Edition are an open back design from Sennheiser that they refer to as near audiophile. Now I'm not quite sure what they mean by that, but we'll find out when we do the audio tests. Now they have a similar design and build to other popular models such as the HD400 Pro and the 561S, but they have a slightly different sound signature which could be a plus or a minus depending on what you're looking for. Now all the audio for the test will be recorded using my binaural microphone, and I encourage you to wear good headphones for this review because we'll be comparing original audio files to the recordings through the headphones, so at least you'll be able to hear the difference, any sort of coloration these headphones impart. So let's get started with a Sine sweep. Now taking a look at the Sine sweep, we can see really good solid response in the bass end of the frequencies, but there is a dip in around 1.5 to up to about 2K, as well as around 10K, a little bit of a roll-off after that as well. A little extra resolution on the linear analysis shows you that in some more detail. But really, we'll just watch out for that when we check out music. Now, I've spent a lot of hours with these headphones before doing this review, and I found that in general they have very solid bass response, but it does tend to make the mids and the highs sound perhaps a little bit recessed. And hopefully that's translating on YouTube. When we look at the logarithmic analysis here, we can see again really good bass response, even a slight elevation in the 100 Hertz to say 500-600 Hertz range. And then as far as the mids are concerned, pretty even in there actually. There is, of course, that dip in around 1.5 to 2K and again at 10K. And that's a pretty critical frequency in terms of just the kind of the overall brightness of the headphones. So that can be a little bit of an issue here too. Linear analysis gives us just a little more detail to look at this. But overall, it's actually a pretty reasonable representation from these headphones. Sennheiser refers to them as near audiophile. So I was kind of wondering what they meant by that. And I have to say the response for the price of the headphones is actually quite good. And particularly for an open back headphone, a lot of people ask me for an open back with good bass. Well, this definitely fits that bill. Now, I really like these comparison graphs. It really makes it easy to visualize what we're hearing in terms of coloration. And this is what I was talking about, that slight elevation just above 100 Hertz really carries through to about 500 Hertz. So that emphasis, I mean, in an open back headphone is actually surprising, but it's good in many ways. On the other hand, we are losing a little bit of information and a little bit of the upper frequencies here. Certainly a little bit of EQ could take care of that. The linear analysis here just shows us again with more resolution where the missing information is. And I think again, it's a little bit of a skew of that really solid bass performance and a slightly under emphasis in the highs makes these headphones sound perhaps a little dull, not quite as bright as they may be. But again, I think a little bit of minor EQ can clean these up quite a bit. Now, I've loaded up the original recording in Isotope's audio lens. That's the purple region you see here. And I'll play back the headphone recording. That'll be the white dynamic line. And this will provide us with a visualization so we can see what we're hearing in terms of coloration from the headphones.
What about the world we both believed in? What about the word that made it so? What about the world we both believed in? What about the word that made it so?
You show me beauty in life. You put me first all the time. No wonder I'm on a high when I'm with you, oh yeah. You show me beauty in life. You put me first all the time. No wonder I'm on a high when I'm with you, oh yeah.
Now, I thought these headphones actually did a very good job with both male and female vocals. First, starting off with the male vocals, we can see that there's not a whole lot of deviation here. Perhaps a little bit of clarity and detail is lost again with the frequencies that are underemphasized that we saw over in music. But beyond that, certainly very usable. And on the female vocal side, much the same thing. We didn't have to contend with the emphasis of the low-end frequencies. And so really that didn't take anything away from the response in the upper frequencies. So for vocals, absolutely, I mean, these did a good job. And this is a sample of spoken word, so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. And this is a sample of spoken word, so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. Now, listening back to spoken word, again, I thought the headphones did a pretty good job here. They don't really suffer as much, again, from the high frequencies being obscured by the strong low-end performance. We're dealing with either vocals or spoken word. You can see on the logarithmic analysis, there definitely is that dip around 1.5, 1.6K, as well as around 10K. But again, maybe a little bit of clarity and presence gone, but overall, again, pretty good performance. The linear analysis shows us the same thing here. And so again, a little bit of EQ in these headphones would be very usable for spoken word applications. Now, open back headphones can be really great for gaming if your environment will allow it. Certainly if you have any longer gaming sessions, it'll help with the comfort level quite a bit. And I do get quite a few requests for open back headphones that are going to have good bass response and be good for gaming. So let's check out some game audio. Now, I put quite a few hours testing these headphones for gaming performance, and after that, I'm going to say that to me, they sit kind of in between what I expect from a closed-back headphone and an open-back headphone. They have a lot of that low-end bass performance that we get with a closed-back design, but the environment sounds more open and expansive like what I would get in more of an open-back design. Now, that said, they're not as expansive. The soundstage is not as large as some open-back headphones that I've tried, certainly, but better than most closed-back headphones. And the same applies on the bass response. I mean, certainly there are closed-back headphones with more powerful bass, but compared to many open-back headphones, these really deliver on the explosion. So I could hear movement, I could hear the environment around me. It seemed spacious, yet immersion was good. I would say for gaming, these could be a really good choice. Now I'll talk a bit about soundstage and imaging performance. First of all, imaging is very good on these headphones. Performance certainly is up there with anything you would need for critical listening, so it's great to see in this price range. Soundstage, on the other hand, I found to be very average. We'll say on the lower side of average for many open-back headphones, and definitely above average for closed-back headphones. I mean, it's much better than that. But, I mean, it's not as large as you would think. The instruments don't appear to be as spacious outside of your head as some open-back headphones. So overall, I would say a good performance for there, certainly usable for critical applications, great for casual listening. Now, taking a look at the build quality in these headphones, they are all plastic construction, which keeps them very lightweight, but that can be a concern for some. I haven't had this design fail on me, so I'm going to say they're going to be fairly durable, at least I expect them to be. There's quite a bit of adjustment on the sides here. You get a lot of extension, so you should be able to get them to fit. The only issue is minimal movement on the swivel and the pivot on the ear cups. And so again, that can be an issue for some people. You get a little pressure at the bottom versus at the top. But overall, I found them to fit fairly well. Now, these headphones have velour ear pads, and they have a pleather headband, and this has got a lot of padding in it, so a lot of comfort there as well. They use a detachable cable, which is great to see. It does lock into place. It's a 2.5 millimeter, and you get two cables with them. One is quite short with a 3.5 millimeter end. The other one is longer that gives you a 6.3 millimeter or quarter-inch jack. And then they give you an adapter for quarter-inch to 3.5. So that is something you don't see too often. It's usually the other way around, but at least you get all the connectivity that you would need here with them. Again, overall, these headphones, I think, in the price range, particularly when they're on sale, build quality certainly holds up very well. At their full price, they're going to be just average. Now, I won't spend a lot of time on features and specifications. There'll be more information in the description below, but a few highlights here is that you can use these headphones with mobile devices, phones, tablets. They're going to be able to power them without any problem. You get good volume levels, but they do benefit from a good headphone amplifier. Opens up the top end a little bit here. Now, when I see a frequency response up to 38.5, I'm expecting more extension than what I got with these as well, but certainly, it was adequate anyways. Get a couple cables. They're detachable with these headphones, and they're fairly lightweight, very similar to other headphones in the Sennheiser lineup. So now that I have a lot of hours on these headphones and we've gone through some tests, I'll give you my final thoughts. And I'm kind of on the fence on these headphones a little bit because their selling price fluctuates so greatly all the time. In the regular price range, about $250 US, but they regularly can be purchased for around $100 US. So tremendous swing in price here. At the $100 US price point, they are fantastic. They perform very well. When I compare them to things like K240s, they have more bass response. I think the overall sound character is on par with those headphones in a lot of ways. At the $250 price point, now you can start getting into some better options. So not so excited there. Overall, again, in an open back headphone, good bass response. So if you're one of those people that's looking for open backs that have bass, this could be a good option, especially again if you can pick them up on a good sale. So if you do EDM or hip hop, these open backs will get the job done for you. A little bit of EQ in those upper frequencies and you'll be good to go. Again, I would avoid them in the higher price point. On the negative side, for an open back headphone, the soundstage is not as spacious as I would like. Again, suitable for working with for critical applications, but you could do better. For casual listening, I think they do a really good job. For gaming, on the other hand, I would say they're a great performer. Again, if you can pick up a set of these in that $100, even to $150 US price point, they're going to do a great job for you. And if you want to check out some other headphones, have a look at one of the videos that's on the screen. As always, I do appreciate you joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time.